Okay, welcome back to part 2, Queries and Reports of the CIS 120 Access Project for Cochise College. Again, I'm Klein Namuo, the CIS Department Chair for Cochise College. Your task in this step is to create a query that returns all donors who gave more than $125,000. Then what we'll do is we'll create a report that simply displays all donors who've given money, but sorted by the amount they gave from highest to lowest. Not a lot to guide you as far as the step-by-step instructions, but this video should be a big help for this part of the project. Okay? Alright, so you'll remember in the previous step we created a table called recipients and a form called recipients. In this step we'll create a query of the corporate donors table that returns all of the donors who gave more than $125,000. So before that, let's go ahead and open the corporate donors table, and we see that we've got a list of 20 donors who've given a variety of amounts, and we're going to create a query that will show us all the donors that gave more than $125,000. We'll say equal to or more than as well. Okay, let's go ahead and click on the Create tab. Again, we've got the 4 pillars of access: tables, queries, forms, and reports. In part 1, we learned about tables and forms. In part 2, queries and reports. So, Query Wizard. Let's do that. Simple Query Wizard. And this query will be based on the corporate donors table. We'll hit this double arrow to send all of the fields over to the right-hand side. We want all of the fields displayed in this query. I'll go ahead and hit Next. We want to show every field of every record. Hit Next. And according to the instructions, project instructions, we're going to call this Big Donors and then our C number. Okay, so whatever your C number is, you'll need to type it in here. Now at this point, I'd like to modify the query design. That's going to take us into design view for this particular query, which is similar to design view for tables as well. I'll hit Finish. And what we're looking at is are some of the options related to our query. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 fields down at the bottom. You'll notice there's a criteria area as well. For corporate donors, the amount field, we'll go ahead and type in, let's see, we want greater or equal to 125,000. Okay, so that should be it. At this point, we can go ahead and save the query itself. Okay, and after the query is saved, go ahead and run the query up at the top of the screen here. And you can see we have a number of donors who gave equal to or greater than $125,000. Okay, so we've got big donors, the big donors query listed over on the left-hand side. Okay, again, just going to hit Save one more time. Now, that's it for the donors. Okay, now I guess one other thing to mention here is as our database grows, and as we record additional donors and enter additional donors, this query remains functional. I mean, it's still useful. Let's say our database grows to 100,000 corporate donors. Well, this query will still return all of the donors that gave more than $125,000. So it's fluid and it's smart that way. Okay, now we're going to create a report based on the corporate donors table, and this is going to be very similar. We're on the Create tab again, and Forms, Reports. Let's go ahead and click on Report Wizard. Same sort of concept. We're going to base this on hold on one second here. Let me cancel out of this and close down the Big Donors query. And now I'll go ahead and hit Report Wizard again. Sorry about that. But you'll see that Now it's using the corporate donors table, which is what I wanted. I'll send those fields over to the right-hand side. I've got all of those fields listed. So I'm creating a report based on the corporate donors table. It will include all 4 fields within the corporate donors table. I'll hit next. And we won't add any grouping at this point because it doesn't make much sense to do so. We'll hit next. Now we want to sort descending. Okay, we can sort descending, and let's just see amount, right? That makes the most sense in this case. So amount descending, we could do that for other fields as well, but in this case our goal is to simply create a report that displays all of the donors, how much they gave, and sort it according to the biggest donors being at the top of our list. Okay, so we're sorting according to the amount field, descending. We'll go ahead and hit next. We've got a bunch of different options here as far as how we want our report to look. We'll just have choose the columnar option, and we'll go ahead and hit next according to the project instructions. This is going to be our donor report, again with the C number, whatever your C number is. And at this point we could preview the report. We don't need to make any changes, so we won't go into the design view. And I'll go ahead and hit finish. Let Access work just a little bit, creating our report, and that's exactly what we have. We've got the Hawaii State Government gave $300,000. Castle and Cook gave $300,000. I'm just scrolling down a little bit, and you'll see that it goes down to $225,000, $220,000, $200,000, so on and so forth. Okay, I'll go ahead and hit save. Now at this point you've got a file called your last name hyphen your first initial, and this is the file that you will submit to your instructor electronically via email or other means. It's up to them via any learning management system. So that's it. Congratulations, you're done. By submitting the Access file to your instructor, you're verifying that it is indeed your work and your work alone. So congratulations, and if you have any questions, I'm available via email at namuoc@cochise.edu, or of course your instructor should be your first line of defense. Have a great semester. Congratulations.